Hello again, Steve here, with some thoughts on the whole economic system, maybe, or the free exchange of ideas within the economic system. I hear quite a bit of talk lately about the extremes, right? The extremes of complete exchange, contracted exchange. In other words, this item costs this much, and if there's not the exchange of those particulars, then it doesn't happen. The other exchange is the almost like the gifting type of economy that the whole Ubuntu sort of communistic, socialistic style that everybody is entitled to. And, which one is better? I don't know. I mean, I suspect the exchange is a better system just because there's a way of actually accounting for, there's a way that we can build in efficiencies when we do things. If we've got a way of keeping score in building a bigger project, for example, then you can be economical, right? You can you can keep score. You can see what using this versus this, what ramifications it has. At least it's some sort of a measure, right? The other thing is too is that I feel that very strongly that to get value, there must be input. So I've noticed before in my life, if I pay for something, then it seems to have more perceived value, and I get more value out of it than if I just received it for free. The other thing too is that by contributing, there is effort into the deal, right? Like I hear a lot of people saying today that because we live on the land, the resources are ours, right? Therefore we should all have free energy, we should all have free electricity, we should have free gas, free power, free natural gas, and all that sort of thing. The thing is that, yes, I get the idea. I get the idea that nobody created the gas under the ground, nobody created the oil under the ground, the water, etc., and so on. But what happens is there's labor required in order to make that usable, because it has to be extracted. There has to be great human effort, right, to go in. And if we do own something, it is our bodies as the closest thing. And whatever we do, whether it's mental action, whether it's physical action, we're using the effort of the body through our free will to do something. And that becomes the real valuable, the real property of the individual who did it. And it's really important, I think, to realize that all we ever pay for is human effort. We might think, oh, we bought some land. Well, we didn't buy some land, actually. We bought the title to land. In fact, it's called land titles, or it's called deeds and this sort of thing. It's not called land. If we really get down to it, it's something that represents, we're buying something that somebody created, or a whole bunch of people created, called an artificial boundary that is publicly recognized among the other people as being legitimate. That's what we're really buying. We're buying a creation of something. Just like that guy, for a while, he was selling lots on the moon, right? In the seminars or whatever, he'd sell these lots on the moon. Well, nobody was going to do anything with those lots on the moon. It was something you could put on your wall somewhere and says, this is my lot with the designated numbers and this boundary. He was selling a creation. He was selling a piece of paper, right? That's all he was. But he created it, and he put the effort into making it. So, as far as what's best, I mean, it's whatever people want. If people want to freely create societies that they just give everything to everybody, fine. If there's people who want to do the other thing and nail down contracts that there has to be so much of beans, or I don't know, pebbles of sheep dung, or whatever it is that they're going to use for the currency, that those have got to get exchanged first, then that's fine. As long as people enter it voluntarily and there's no coercion, there's no guns in the room, all good. I happen to side on the side of exchange for something, because I think that when we put some value in the exchange, now we're somewhat invested in that. And when we're going to put some of our energy out in the form of whatever currency it is or whatever it is that we see as value as exchange, we're going to want value in return, right? If we're not putting anything out, the value doesn't matter as much. So the exchange, I'd say, is a measure of value. And my approach to this is I freely give and I freely receive. But at the bottom of it, though, there's still that human tendency to say, if I got 10 people jobs, and let's say they're all approximately the same job, one is giving this, one is giving this, one is giving this, one is giving this, and one is giving this in exchange, then this is seen as a representation of greater value, greater appreciation. So my value in even what I do goes up. And therefore I'm tended to gravitate towards that. Perhaps it's a human nature thing. Just how I see it anyway. What do you think? Is this a topic worth talking about? What type of exchange to make? Are we entitled to things just because we were born? I mean, basic air and so on, yes, but I mean the things that people got to go through a lot of effort to extract, things like the oil in the ground, things like the electricity and the natural gas and all that stuff. Are we just entitled to it because we're living here? Or can we see that people have put effort into creating that, and therefore they own it? They own the fact that it's at our door, or it's available at our door. Until we then take some of our effort in the representation of currency and put into it, we don't own that effort. That effort remains theirs until we exchange something and they voluntarily give it up. That's what I say. What do you think? Just a question, really. My name is Steve. Great talking again. Talk again soon. Bye for now.